It is Chair Shot Reality on Wrestling Inc. Binge watch the playlist every single week as Josh Eisenberg and myself, Justin LeVar, breaking down what you need to know. And of course, it's pay-per-view weekend in Pittsburgh, Extreme Rules, which means we're telling you got to go play WrestleRumble.com. That's right, you go to WrestleRumble.com, make your predictions about the outcomes of the match. Each question's worth a certain amount of points. He who has the most points, or she, ends up being top prize winner. You can see all the prize money listed on their website. It's a lot of fun. Compete against Josh, myself, and hundreds of others around the country. WrestleRumble.com. Josh, let's get into the predictions here on a 10-match card as we have it at the moment. Let's kick it off with one of the title matches. Extreme Rules, but at the moment, a lack of extreme stipulations. But nonetheless, we're going to get a U.S. title match of Jeff Hardy up against Shinsuke Nakamura. Are you excited for this one?
It's interesting because after the Shinsuke Nakamura dog bite, he was off of television for a while, and you weren't sure when he was going to be back. And this feud was starting to be very interesting to me because they actually gave Jeff Hardy his creative ability backstage, whether it was a really short promo or whether it was painting his face and coming out into the ring and really establishing himself as more than just obviously Team Extreme. And that's what they wanted to do with Jeff Hardy. I would have loved this match to be a ladder match for multiple reasons. Obviously, the mid-card championships are always, best whenever there's a good stipulation. Not a cage match, not a no holds barred match, but a ladder match, things like that. The Intercontinental Championship, the U.S. Championship, things like that. So that would have been perfect for me for this match, and it could have easily helped that Nakamura was off of television for a couple of weeks. Jeff Hardy got to pick his own stipulation, and obviously what better way than a ladder match for Jeff Hardy to try and retain. But I think at the end of the day, I think I'm going to go. It's going to be weird, but I do think Nakamura ends up winning because I do think we get a rematch of this at SummerSlam, and I think these two guys can carry a long program into the winter month, or into the fall and winter months.
Well, while there is no stipulation as we know it now, that doesn't mean that obviously they couldn't then, with lack of expectation, it doesn't mean that the ref might let the rules go a little loose because it's Extreme Rules, and maybe Jeff Hardy does pull out a ladder since that's his weapon of choice. I think this match could have a lot of potential. I like, I might be more excited for the potential of these two than what I have been over some of the AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. I think there's a lot of potential here. I love the Jeff Hardy constant reinvention of himself. I think he's going to hold on to the title here. I could see this going on, like you said, with some more, but I would see Jeff Hardy holding on to this title and having Jeff had been out for some time, and now they got him back on track in a singles run. They got they're trying to do something with his appearance. I think they're going to try to build some legit momentum around him. The guy's over 40, so how many more runs are you going to go, and his body going to withstand and being able to hold a title? So I'd say as long as he's healthy, let's keep it going and see if he can help build up some heat behind the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. Moving on, let's go to Constable Corbin. Constable Corbin, itsy bitsy spider and all, up against Finn Balor.
I mean, I obviously think that Finn Balor should win this match. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE pulls the cover from under our eyes and makes Constable Baron Corbin become victorious here. Again, another feud that I wouldn't necessarily know I was excited to see until a couple of weeks ago. I hate the gear for Baron Corbin. It's awful. I understand he can be a constable, but how about let's change him when he's in the ring to his actual ring gear, because he still is a wrestler. You don't need him to wear the vest and the shirt like Corporate Kane did. You add that extra vest. He looks unappealing to me in that. And he doesn't look like a badass because you can't see his tattoos. You can't see what was so marketable or interesting about him before was that ink, everything around him. And the hair, obviously, thank God, is gone. And, you and him have a great look together. I think you guys would be a fantastic tag team down the road. But in this match, I'm going to go with Finn Balor. But don't be surprised if they want to have Constable Corbin get one from behind and do a little dirty tactics, and pick up the win.
Yeah, well, I get the corporate aspect of him, not looking like he did with the tattoos, and him looking a little more corporate, wearing the vest and such. But I will say it is sweating and messing up some very nice clothes. So I feel bad for the Men's Warehouse or wherever he's going. David Allen, I don't think so. I'm gonna go Corbin though for the win. I'm gonna say Corbin gets the win over here. I know it's gonna aggravate the fans of Pittsburgh and aggravate most people to see Finn lose to Corbin, Constable Corbin as that. But I think right now, since Corbin's kind of he's got the momentum in the sense of he continues to kind of one up and outsmart and seem more credible at the moment as an authority figure than Kurt Angle. I think it'll continue on that Corbin's going to get a victory, obviously probably dirty, but nonetheless a victory. And one of the premier matches that we got that is anchoring this show, Pittsburgh, a very fitting place, that the reunion of Team Hell No challenging for the SmackDown Tag Titles against the Bludgeon Brothers.
This is an attempt for WWE to make their tag team division, which I think is extremely strong. I mean, look at this card, Justin. You're not seeing Sheamus and Cesaro. You're not seeing the Usos. You're not seeing the New Day, 3 tag teams that have carried WWE tag team wrestling over the past 4 years. Especially the New Day. As good as the New Day has been and how consistent they've not been put on the card. But I think this match is a way of WWE putting the tag titles on bigger names. And I don't think Daniel Bryan and Kane need tag team championships. I think the reunion's cool. It's fun. It's whatever. But the Bludgeon Brothers, the biggest problem with the Bludgeon Brothers is their name, right? Like the name and the gimmicky sledgehammers or whatever they come out with.
Mallets.
Mallets, sure. Thank you, Bert. I couldn't think of the word. But that is the problem that the Bludgeon Brothers haven't connected. If they came back as Harper and Rowan and didn't have this gimmick, people would really like them because they would feel a little bit of what they had in the Wyatt family, but also establishing their own personas and their own unique style. They didn't do that. So I think you got to go with Team Hell No here because I do think those 2 guys could potentially be an anchor of that tag team division and have great feuds against Sheamus and Cesaro, against obviously against the Usos and against the New Day.
See, I got to disagree here.
Really?
Well, I mean, of course, Team Hell No could anchor a division, but again, it goes back to what we've discussed in the past. Not knowing. Let's even say that they're working us, and that and which would be smart if they are. Let's just say that WWE and Daniel Bryan have come to an agreement, and Bryan is going to be around for another X amount of years. I think you got to get back to Bryan and Miz. I can't get over that. I don't see them. I think even if Bryan was sticking around, I don't know if I can see them dragging it all the way around to WrestleMania. Now, granted, if they were going to do that, I guess Team Hell No would be a way to occupy some months, but I just don't believe it. I in my gut, I don't think Bryan has yet re-signed. He might know what he's going to do. He might have made his mind up, but I don't think he's made it clear to WWE. So therefore, I got to think WWE. This is a way to pop to pop this Extreme Rules show, which had a lot of creative last-minute changes over the recent weeks. It needed something.
It was like when they tried to put the Shield back together, when they desperately tried to do something like that. A nostalgia act, in a way. I'm not comparing Team Hell No to the Shield, but a nostalgia act that's going to draw some extra interest in a pay-per-view that might not necessarily do that.
And that's what I think this is. This is very much a bridge the gap show. This is a show on the eve of the second biggest. So. I just don't see Team Hell No winning titles. Now, if they do, it'll be fun. It'll be great. I'm sure we'll get some fun segments. SmackDown's been writing some great segments for things like this. So if they do, no harm, no foul. But I think WWE kind of strategically waited with the Bludgeon Brothers. They eased them in and they struck with it. So I could see them holding on to the titles. And I think Bryan, they got different plans for him. Especially again, how long are you going to have Team Hell No potentially anchor a tag division? Yeah. When Kane has just said if he wins as a mayor, he's going to focus on being a mayor, and that election's coming in November, so we're coming into peak final campaign months. So a lot of pieces just don't fit for me to see Team Hell No walk away with tag titles. But we'll find out what it is, and we'll find out how you do on WrestleRumble.com based upon your predictions. Again, you can compete against Josh, myself, all cast of people. It's fun. They release the results so you can see where you rank amongst everybody. We got more Chair Shot Rally coming up here on Wrestling Inc. Binge watch the playlist. We still got to talk about the Iron Man match, a cage match. What's going to happen with Ronda Rousey? Is she going to jump the barricade? Plus Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. We can't wait.